Hey, good people. It is Jody of Fervor Voice. It's time to do that work again. It is Saturday, October the 15th. Oh, halfway through October already. Okay, y'all. I'm talking about letting it go. Just letting it go. Because, yes, okay. It's okay to let it go. We're conditioned to believe that certain things, certain people are in our lives. They could be very close to us, could have done some things for us that are significant. They can be significant. Family members, yep, saying it. Yeah, let's get started on that. Let's take a deep breath on that. I know I have to. Let me just say that. So let's go ahead and get started. Let's do the work. Yep, you can let it go. Let it go. Let's do the work, y'all. Hey, good people. Ready to talk and walk and talk. Back out on my walk again. Warmed up a little bit today, so yeah. I'm able to walk comfortably without a bunch of layers on. And I wanted to talk about letting go. But I want to first say before I get started, this is not advice for you. Remember, this podcast speaks about my journey, what I've experienced, and what I feel to be true, what I know to be true. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's true for you, but it is true for me. I speak from my heart. I speak from my experiences, how things made me feel, and what I feel I need to do in order to move on. And that's it. Again, I'm not advising anyone to do anything. I am telling you what works for me, what worked for me. And it's what I've already experienced. It's not just an experiment. I'm not just throwing things out there and saying, try this. No, it's what I actually experienced. And I'm sharing it with you all. That's what my process is. And that's what it's all about at this point. So I just want to just talk about some things that I feel like I've touched on a little bit in each episode when I talk about different relationships and things that have gone on, beneficial relationships, when people are in your lives for a reason, you learn from them and all of those things. But on the flip side, there are relationships that are in our lives that just really are not serving. And it's not because we have done anything intentionally to hurt a person or to hurt anyone. It's not that. It's just that there's certain relationships that really do make us feel a little bit uncomfortable, but because we're put together either by family or either by a connection, some way, shape, or form. I remember I had a friend growing up that I was kind of connected to just because I was a friend of a friend. So that, we were kind of together in that loop. And sometimes you don't feel comfortable with that other person that's in the group. Sometimes you don't feel comfortable with that person that's not truly serving you in a positive way. But because of the connection, like I said, could be even a family member. It could be. It is okay to let that go. That is where I am right now, where I'm speaking about relationships that I have that I know I need to let go, and I know I need to feel good about it. So, not need to feel good about it, I already do. I already do, and I don't feel bad saying it. So, I won't share who people are. You know how I am. I don't give names unless it's something that can be bragged on, and this is not really anything to brag on. This is just saying that it's not serving. And I don't care who that person is or where they fall in your life. If it's not your own child, that relationship can be one that you let go if it's not serving. I know that That's what I'm exercising right now. When you're at work and you might come through and it's like, okay, wait a minute. Such and such is not here anymore. Such and such is not here. Okay, what's going on now? They just cleaning house. Yeah, it's that. I'm cleaning house. Seriously, cleaning house. It is amazing what my perspective is on life, on everything. It's amazing what it is now as opposed to what it used to be. With that 1 year mark, 1 year mark of the most devastating situation I've ever had. And I hope this will be the most devastating situation I ever have in life. I wouldn't wish it on anyone, but I will say I have learned, oh my goodness, I have learned some things that are just like, wow, how did I not get that? How did I not realize that? We're given signals and messages all the time in life. How did I not see that relationship was not serving me? How did I kind of twist that up and say to myself, well, I have to because this is such and such. I have to because, when I needed her, I have to because, she was there for me. You know what? I'm not keeping score. And I don't care what has happened in the past. That is not a reason to remain linked to anyone. I'm not linking myself to anybody because of what they've done for me. I can appreciate what they've done for me and still keep moving. I can still keep it going. And hopefully I learn from them and hopefully I can serve another person the way they served me. That's it. That's it. That's all. And I ain't feeling bad about it at all. There is no guilt attached to that. There are friends that came into my life again, that gave to me in the past, but I'm looking now and I'm like, ooh, okay, I'm not moving like that anymore. And I realized that I must have been at some point. I must have been, because the two of us wouldn't have anything in common. But when I sit down and have certain conversations with certain people, I realize, ooh, yep, I outgrew you. I did. And that may sound a little arrogant. That's fine. But I know what I know. I know I am not there anymore. I am not that person anymore. And since you still are, I'm going to have to let you go. Because you're going to be extra weight on me. Not extra weight. Worse than that. You about to be dead weight on me. So it's not what I need. What could be wrong with that? Nothing from my perspective. Nothing at all from my perspective. If it's my life, it's about me. It's about what I need. Absolutely. So when I come across that individual that I already know, okay, this person gonna say some things that I don't appreciate. This person is not going to give the way I give. Not going to receive the way I receive. Why waste the time? That's time I'll never get back in my life. That's wasted time. If I'm going to waste some time, it's going to be on my couch watching TV. Or it's going to be doing something that I feel like doing. But it's not going to be putting up with or dealing with something that really does not even resonate with me. Torturing myself. That doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense at all. So, how I feel about it or what I think needs to happen, cleaning the house. It's got to be done. If you're willing. What does cleaning house look like? It just means that you keep your position, basically, and you let folks know what you're willing to accept, what you're not willing to accept. It might mean not picking up the phone when you see that call come through. It might mean saying, I'll call you back when I get the opportunity. It might mean doing that. If you're ready, if you're willing, If you can get past thinking that somebody may think you're acting funny, because it doesn't matter. What does it matter if somebody thinks you're acting funny? If it's for your sake, if it's for your sensibility and your peace of mind. I just told my daughter the other day, I said, man, I don't know what I would say, or I didn't know what I would say. I was just kind of reflecting, and I told her how funny I thought it was, because I told her, I said, man, at one point, I was saying, I don't know what I would say if somebody said, hey, how is such and such doing? I'm not going to mention her name. She is a family member, though. I will say that. At one point, I was saying, I don't know what I would say. Would I just say, well, oh, fine. Oh, fine. Knowing I have not talked to this person in 6 months. Yep, 6 months. An individual that should never, ever, ever not be a part of my life. But it's been 6 months. And guess what? Yeah, I'm going to let that go. I'm going to let that go. That's all I can do. So what I told my daughter is, yeah, I know what I'd say now. I say, hey, I traded that relationship in for peace of mind. And I think that's what they did too. I think that's what that person did too. I can't be mad about that. It's an active acceptance, if that makes sense. Like I have to accept it every day of my life. Every day. That this is what it is. So what do I do about it? Do I complain about it? Do I get ugly about it? I could, sure. I could. But when I look at it for what it really is, I say to myself, really? You worried about that? And everyone that has kids that's listening, if you can lose your son and hold your head up and find a reason to be living and a reason to smile, I'll be damned if you can't lose any damn body else on this earth. Seriously. And not find a reason to still smile. That's where I'm at. That's literally where I am at. I can't think of one person that I can't let go of. And it may sound harsh, but that is life. That is life. I can let go of anything that does not serve me at this point. I don't feel that I need to try to fix, try to help it, try to make it right. I don't feel that I need to do that. I don't. And I don't feel that that other person needs to do that either. We can give love the best way we can. And at this point, this particular relationship I'm thinking about, yeah, the best way we can give love is to stay out of the other one's way. As harsh as that may seem. And it's not just one person. It's quite a few. And I have to understand that that is my life. And I have to understand that letting go is a part of my life. And I have to understand that while dealing with that part of my life, as active as that process is and as active as it needs to be, it's necessary. It's another stage in growth. It absolutely is. And what I expect to do myself, I expect others to do as well. There is no one, but no one, that should feel like they need to fix something or make something right for me to remain in their life. That's not it. That's not it. I accept that I've grown a different way, and that different way may mean that we have grown apart. And that's okay, because we can still reflect on what we had, and we can be good about that. Reflect on what we had, and I'm going to move forward, and I'm going to grow, and I'm going to heal on what I now have. And that's all that I can expect. That's all that I can do. And I hope others are able to do the same. If you're listening, if we had a relationship and we see that we really don't have that relationship anymore, know that it's good. Know that it's good. Relationship that spans back my entire life. My entire life. And that relationship no longer exists. Know that it's good. Know that we had what we had. Know that we experienced what we experienced. And life will go on. And I can still smile when I think about our memories. And I'll also smile when I experience new ones. So I hope that this message resonates. And I hope that it doesn't offend. But I also hope that it puts a certain, hey, how are you? I also hope that it puts a certain level of thought in your mind and makes you think about relationships, makes you think about how your responses and about how behavior does tend to affect the other person. Recognize that there are some that are willing to walk away and just say that, hey, that's just that. Tolerance is low for some, much lower, probably for me than many others. But that doesn't make others and it doesn't make me wrong. It just means that we all have our own path and we're going to walk down it the best way we can. And that currently is the best I can do, is to trade in whatever I consider to be non-serving, and not in a selfish way. When I say non-serving, I mean bringing me some real strife and some real heavy days, that I'm willing, I have let go. And it's okay. It is okay. That is my message for you today on this beautiful day in October. And I hope that I will hear from you all, or hear from many of you then, very soon through email, whatever you choose. I do need to mention that there will be some changes, because I think I've done this format probably. I think we're coming up on the 25th episode, and for me, that was a certain bar that I wanted to reach, and I'm moving on to some other things. Doesn't mean that the podcast will end. Doesn't mean that, but there are some other steps that I want to take, and there's some things that I want to do to kind of move forward. So I've put my voice out there. I've done that. I've put the content out there, and I hope that you will enjoy. I hope that you will reflect and move, kind of through each episode at your own pace. I think that they're relevant to anyone and everyone. And I'm really proud of the work that I've done. So we'll see how this thing plays out. I got some things that I'm going to be working on and focusing on, putting more time towards. And I'll let you know how those things pan out. Something really big on the horizon that I kind of don't want to discuss yet, but I will soon let you know. So I just want to say thank you so much for the support that I've received thus far. I appreciate it. I love doing this podcast. But we'll see if the format has to change or not. We will see if that means more conversations with others as opposed to just me. We'll see. We'll see how that works out. People get kind of cagey when you start talking about having a discussion that is public. So we'll see. But thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for your support. I so appreciate you. I'm gonna go ahead and sign off now. This is Jody of Fervor Voice. Thank you so very much for your support. I gotta go. Thank you. Bye-bye. Hey, back with the recap. Yep, it's me, Jody, a fervor voice. So I wanted to make sure that I ran through this. This was a really quick one, but just something that, just like all the other episodes, it's on my heart. It's sitting there. I need to say something about it. Just want to go through real quick that whole, yep, I'm letting you go. Yeah, what that is. It's not a rant. It's not being mean. It's none of that. Fighting for my peace of mind. That's it. I literally had a change, and not just a change, like 360 degrees, like literally total flip in my path and what it is that I need to do and what it is that I need to see to ensure that I do it. I'm sensitive to what I see now. There are things that go on that I see that I know for a fact nobody's paying any attention to that but me, because I'm sensitive, way more sensitive than I was. As a matter of fact, I would say I wasn't sensitive before. Now I am. And when I see things that I don't particularly align with, I don't have to be ugly about it, but I know that I have a decision to make. I have a choice to make. I know that. So, yeah, my sensitivity, what my tolerance is, yeah, it's pretty low. It just is. And I'm okay with that. I'm absolutely okay with that. The next thing that I talked about, or that I want to just kind of throw out there in this recap, is that I don't know. I don't owe anyone anything, and I never will. So with a relationship, it does not matter what it was that you did, gave, brought to, helped with. It doesn't even matter. Because we both, in a relationship, give, and we both put forth some things. I'm not looking for anyone to owe me, and I don't owe anyone else, which means those attachments that I, at one point in my life, felt like, oh, well, no, because who this person is to me, or, the relation or whatever. No, not carrying that either. I don't owe anybody. I don't owe anybody anything for a relationship. I do not, and never will. The other thing that I want to get out, not other thing as if there's one, because I got to run through this kind of quick. Recognize when you outgrow someone and be okay with letting go. You're going to grow once you let that thing go that's heavy, that's weighing on you, that's keeping you from your happiness, keeping you from your peace of mind. You got to let that go. Now, I know at the beginning of this episode, I said I'm not advising you, but hey, if it aligns with you, yeah, you right on that same track with me. You right on that same track if it aligns with you. But if you're too fearful of letting it go and you want to keep that I don't know, that broken appendage, you want to keep that on you, then okay. I mean, I can explain it really simply. Ladies, when you're trying to grow your hair out, you have those dead split ends on it. It's not going to grow. It's just going to continue to break down. You cut the split ends off, your hair grows. It's just as simple as that. It's the same thing. It's just a more simple analogy of it, but it's the same thing. And that thing about cleaning house, that's what I'm talking about. Cleaning house for you. It's got nothing to do with the other person. You cleaning house for you. You're making demands for you, about you, for your sanity, for your happiness. It's about you. I promise you. If you just give it some thought, you'll understand where I'm coming from. Next point, make the right trade-off regardless. Trade off or trade in that heavy stuff, heavy relationships, that heavy stuff. Trade that in for your peace of mind. Trade it in. It's all good. It's fine. Nobody can make you feel guilty about anything but you. So as long as you're doing your thing, not hurting anyone in the process, and I think we can all pretty much use our own judgment with that, you good. You golden. Period. So, hey, be okay with your decisions and the choices that you make. Stick with them. Keep growing. Learn from every single experience that you've ever had. And last but not least, stay tuned for changes for Fervor Voice. They are coming. I have some things coming in the very near future that some things that I got to get done, some things that some things I'm real excited about. And Fervor, may have to wait just a little bit, but I'll keep you posted. I'll keep you in the loop on that. And as always, thanks for listening. I appreciate you. This is Jody of Fervor Voice. I am signing off for today, and I will see you back as soon as I possibly can. Thanks, y'all. Bye.